Hey guys, how are you doing today? So, on Coruscant, 5 millennia before the rise of the Galactic Empire, the Sith constructed an enormous shrine on top of a concentration of the Force, known as a Nexus or Vergence, as Qui-Gon would call it. This was steeped in the light side. They hoped to corrupt it with the dark side and were eventually successful in their endeavors. The colossal structure was clad in black and stood against the Coruscant sky as a symbol of the Sith's dominance, until the end of a great war between the Sith and the Jedi, following the 100-Year Darkness. The Lightside champions had defeated the Sith Order, and after they returned to Coruscant, they tore the Sith Shrine down and erected the Jedi Temple over the Sith Shrine foundations. They did this as their own symbolic act to attempt to bury the Sith's legacy. The placement of the shrine was not only an affront to the Jedi, but a very unusual occurrence in itself, as such darkside shrines were usually only found on worlds that had historically been considered Sith. The Jedi hoped to return the Vergence in the Force to the light, and believed the presence of so many lightside adepts and knights within the temple would neutralize and cap the dark power inherent in the shrine. It can be argued that aside from the Sith, the Jedi's greatest enemy has always been their own arrogance, for they had purposely built their temple on top what had become a darkside nexus. As the millennia counted on, these darkside energies seeped upwards and outwards, weakening the light side and the Jedi's precognitive abilities, leaving them vulnerable to the Sith's eventual revenge. Even their most powerful masters remained ignorant of this occurrence, and believed the shrine's powers had been completely contained. The Sith Lords of Darth Bane's Order of Two became aware of the shrine's existence about 1,000 years before the destruction of the Jedi and the rise of Darth Vader and the Empire. They kept its existence a very closely guarded secret. In his public persona as the recently self-coronated Emperor Palpatine, following his devastating victory and purge of the Jedi Order and reformation of the Galactic Republic into the Empire, the Dark Lord of the Sith, Darth Sidious, converted the Jedi Temple into his new Imperial Palace. Then the Galactic Tyrant decided to finally excavate the shrine, a project he left entirely under the supervision of his personal droid, 11-4D, who the Dark Lord had inherited from his own master, Darth Plagueis, after killing him. 11-4D carried out the excavation using only other droids, as the shrine's existence had to remain a secret. So aside from the droids, Sidious was the only being in the galaxy who possessed any knowledge of it. As a 14 BBY, not even Sidious's apprentice and second-in-command, Darth Vader, knew of the shrine's existence. Utilizing the shrine to meditate on the nature of the dark side of the Force and to use as his own personal sanctum, the Emperor eventually hoped to gain the ability to reshape reality according to his own vision, and planned on enlisting Vader, who himself, like the shrine, was a Vergence in the Force. With the help of his powerful apprentice within the shrine, both Sith Lords together could probe the dark side for its most powerful secrets, so that Sidious could achieve the power that he craved. Now, how it's going to be in the new Star Wars canon will further develop the story of the shrine, and we're going to have to wait and see. However, it was introduced in the James Luceno novel Tarkin, and George Lucas and the Clone Wars showrunner Dave Filoni had planned to explore the idea further of the Jedi Temple being built over a Sith one in a several-episode story arc of the show that was never produced because of its cancellation. But supposedly it would have involved Ahsoka Tano returning and several other Jedi using drilling machines under the temple and discovering an even more ancient temple beneath, thereby revealing that the Jedi had built their stronghold over ruins from bygone worshippers of the Force, possibly, definitely, the Sith. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Catch you guys in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you, always.